does a large amount of chip in his own right.
Yeah, I mean, another fun fact, by the way, about these two players, when I talked to Mutator before the tournament, you know, Mutator, of course, sitting winner's side of Grand Finals, looking to win the tournament, said that the two players to watch that would very easily qualify potentially are these two players, and the ones that people would expect the least. So it's so cool to see that one of them actually will qualify. Mutator making the correct call, but here we go. This is an important match to qualify for Worlds for Pokkén Tournament DX this year, and we're starting off with Marx getting a crit grab.
A crit grab is going to put him into full synergy and enhance. Anything that Libre does, whether it be a special, is going to get enhanced. And the double enhance again means that she's going to get a attack buff. All the benefit is on Marx right now, and it's going to be scary if he even gets touched. But right there, a clean anti-air. Going to put Marx against the wall. Set up.
Oh, doesn't quite get the punish with the landing jump wide, but okay, wow, gonna be able to burst so early in this round. I mean, I feel like we're only a few seconds in. While wow, challenging with the perfect options, only gonna be able to use the, hard attacks, not light ones. Oh, okay, gonna go over, not gonna be able to punish, but this is just gonna build more time. Dragonite so valuable.
And just like that, again, whether or not you have to block it or gonna try to find a way to CA it, it's gonna extend out all that time. And Wild G finding a way to come back here from Marx being in such a drastic lead, not getting the autocorrect JX, and 15 seconds left on the clock. You have to make this combo and set up count. The 8X getting what? The 4X is actually getting stuck by the JX, and all at a distance. 5 seconds left.
You gotta find a hit. You gotta make the right read here. 1 second left, and that's gonna be.
Oh no! There's only 1 point left, and that's gonna be a Wild G taking the round. Oh my goodness! Usually the cinematic goes away beforehand, but it's actually extended all the way through.
I swear I saw that clock go to 0-0-0-0. Can somebody please go back and look at the VOD? I swear I saw it hit 0.
I'll tell you right now, Chef. I definitely saw 0-0-0-1, and that means that's enough time to take that round.
I saw it at the end. I swear it went back up. I don't know. I really need to look back at that. But that was literally split-second timing right there. Less than a second by a large margin. And Wild G, look, taking advantage, is already using burst. Going to try to force the burst out of Marx in the second round.
Ooh, staying to the skies is Marx. Wants to extend out how long? Oh, that's going to be a tough crisp Leaf Blade to Dragon Breath. And he's going to put him towards the corner with the Leaf Seeds. It's tacking on so much chip. He's already nearly at 50 HP, but the dive in. Gonna push him into the corner. Is this an unblockable setup? Well, he definitely did not block. Yeah. If you don't block, you're not gonna block the setup, are you? But there we have it. It was gonna be that probably he was just afraid. A situation, there's so many things Mimikyu can do. It's putting you in a situation where you're gonna have to guess what happens next. And if you don't know what happens, then you're probably taking a chance.
Yeah, and just said, you know what, maybe I'll just take the hit. Maybe if I avoid the grab, there won't be a follow-up. And it was just like, oh, you know what, doesn't matter, I'm going to frenzy plant. But here we go. Now we're going to see if this Machamp can get past the Decidueye zoning. Decidueye zoning can be very scary. And wow, no. Oh,
wait, did you already do JY?
You can avoid it.
Oh, no, you can't.
Yeah, you're
he
right.
already was pressing JY in the air, and on the way down, he was going to get hit by the burst attack. He's going to lock down his actual support here as well. He's going to be able to get a hard knockdown. Not taking too much damage, especially with how much HP Machamp has. But right now, all of that HP counts.
Yeah.
Oh, the sidewalk. Oh, the JX gonna avoid that and punish the anti-air. It's not gonna wall splat, but that will. He's gonna get a good amount of damage for it. Bulk up.
Oh, and this is shield break setup right here.
What?
Oh, but he was ready for the counter. That was so smart. He was so smart on both sides.
Yes, so smart on both sides. Marx just taking to the skies, avoiding the whole situation, but Wild G being ready on the ground.
Yeah, and end up actually getting even more damage than you normally would have. Okay, huge conversion here. This isn't going to be enough, but actually way far from enough. I was going to say it was going to take them to one hit away, but that might catch the backdash. No, not quite.
But right now, it's yeah, a sneeze, a tickle, a poke, anything could have dealt with the last bit of HP on that Decidueye.
Yeah, just that 6Y. I mean, so many different options off of 6Y. We love that normal. You know, we love to see it from them in the champs. But now this is going to be a tough situation, right? We're going to see the Age of Slash, and it's going to have to make a 2-character comeback. One of them being against this Machamp, and this Machamp gets one singular opening. Oh my God, 4Y, 4Y.
Ooh, that would have about to be scary. If you got a grab there, it already would have been like a third of Age of Slash's health. But right there, I don't believe it was unblockable, but we didn't know how to deal with it. And setting up the Sacred Mist, an instant air grab, wake up, excuse me?
It's such a good option. Wingtide uses that all the time. I call it the Wingtide Classic, and it avoids so many things, right? And a lot of times, if you're CAing, if you're blocking, it's hard to deal with, but you know what's hard to deal with is zoning. Oh, and that's going to be that. I love the attempt at the submission, but now this is going to be a pretty even match. It's going to be 1-1 here, and you were saying about how valuable this Dragonite is on the breaks,
yes.
and I do fully agree. This can be a very quick shield break. Potentially, if the opportunity arises.
If the opportunity arises, yes, but right now looking on Marx's side, he has nearly full synergy. And it's going to matter is if Dragonite is going to be used. Oh no, I'm sorry, I was actually going on a Wild G side. This is not the greatest situation actually for Marx right now. A Wild G could definitely burst up, activate Dragonite. Is this a hard knockdown? Oh yes it is. This is already looking very tough. He can activate burst here to attack on so much chip. He tried to CA through it, but it doesn't matter. The grab gonna push him further into the corner, and look at the support gauge. Nearly 50% already there, Chef.
Oh my gosh. Oh, gets the full conversion. Beautiful. Not quite enough to KO, but this has been 100% correct guesses from a Wild G here, and catches the jump over into some sort of armored option. That's going to be game 1 going to a Wild G. It's so funny, you know, we were like, oh, okay, if this breaks in the situation is going to be tough. Full meter, full Dragonite, and then it didn't really come into play, right? We didn't see the shield break, we didn't see the burst. It was just like, oh yeah, that's right. It's still just a Wild G playing breaks.
But overall, it just matters in general. You know how much chip Dragonite does, how much pushback, and then breaks it being a character that has immense amount of pressure, immense amount of projectiles, and can tack on a lot more chip just like that. It's not the most favorable situation against Aegislash, or I should say it's not favorable for Aegislash. The only way really to deal with a situation like that is if Marx does have burst, and that's something that he's gonna have to realize. Especially if it comes down to the last situation for a last character, if it's breaks in Aegislash, he needs burst. That is a given.
Yeah, and actually, you know what? I think he agrees, because he's like, you know what? I don't even want to be in that situation. I'm going to start with
I'm going to start with Aegislash, yes. All right, and already looking a lot better. A dash up grab. We're already tacking in this damage. 50 HP down for a Wild G. Setting up the Sacred Mist. Gonna take on a JX, and he's in the corner. Setting up the Garden. Leech Seeds. Bullet Seeds on top of it. JX, or I should say Shield Form X, going forward to get this combo, and beautiful damage.
Oh, classic Aegislash damage, and yeah, we haven't even seen a solid hit from a Wild G yet. Jumps over, but didn't really confirm that the grab was there. It's very hard to punish the Aegislash grab. Wow, that was close to not working at all, but this is a great way to start things off. Draining a little bit of meter, getting a little bit of HP, and now has the corner.
Nice, he'll be able to actually get some space from this Mimikyu. Not too much space, but enough to work with, pulling him closer and jumping over the grab. You know what, that's something very interesting with Aegislash in general. The jump arcs for certain characters are actually quite different. Aegislash may jump up slow, but he falls down so fast. Being the essence of, you know, a steel type. You can throw it up, it'll probably be pretty heavy, but on the way down, it's coming down. And it wasn't Marx, or I should say,
Wild G.
A Wild G wasn't really fast enough to actually deal with that certain thing.
Yeah, this was, I mean, I think this was a really smart choice to go Aegislash first, you know?
Yes.
And I mean, it makes obviously a lot of sense to go leave it first in basically every matchup, but this is just a very unique team that a Wild G is running, and we can already see this is paying off, right?
Plus, but the 4X gonna attack on, actually this is gonna be a combo and a lot of damage. The golf swing, this is a beautiful conversion.
I know, that's so cool looking. It's so funny with the fully charged back Y.
This is actually gonna hit from a distance, and attack bump plus Rayquaza. He's able to delay it with the flame charge, but it's not gonna matter. Punishing it with the grab. That was pretty much all options covered there.
Yeah, I actually think maybe like a charge jump X in the air could have avoided it, but I like the flame charge option as well. Still got punished, and look at this. This Aegislash is about to take out potentially 2 characters.
Yes, a very good change from Marx, and being able to burst up. This burst is not going to do too much damage, it's just going to do chip. That's all we could ask for. Aegislash doing more than enough to actually go into the next character with. Marx looking nice.
Yeah, it's pretty funny that you're talking about like, oh yeah, if you end up Breakson versus Aegislash at the end, you need burst. And somehow started with Aegislash and managed to get burst against Breakson anyway. Like, that's how well that worked. But yeah, now going to have 2 characters, going to have a lot more flexibility. And yeah, being able to choose this matchup in particular is going to be really strong. Of course, Decidueye having just so many good options to get through this zoning. Not happening in that field phase, but there are a lot of good options. Yeah, exactly like that. Aerial mobility is so strong.
Yes, the air mobility is so strong. Being able to have such good projectiles, such good mobility, and here Marx showcasing that he's going to get stuffed out by the JX. If anything, Breakson may not have a DP, but I promise you all Breakson players treat JX as the DP. I promise you. And a Wild G feeling the pressure, wants to burst up. Flame charge. Oh, the lingering firecrackers off of flame charge is still going to keep him at bay, and almost a KO. Marx Dragonite again, the staple, pushing him all the way back into the corner. The projectiles. How do you even approach this, even if you have a great air mobility?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to somehow eliminate these projectiles, right? You're going to have to wait your moment, but oh, the release Y. I like that. That's a really good option. A lot of times your Spirit Shackle, your 5A projectile, is going to get hit by like one of the little little fireballs, but release Y actually has like a really good duration, and it'll go through and it'll hit first. So I think even if there was like a jump Y right there from Wild G, that was a really good option. And now Marx has to make a lot of, at least make something happen with this 58 HP that's left.
Hey, he's already started very well at being able to win that first field phase and getting burst. I think he can actually only take on a little bit of chip. No chip at all. He can activate burst if he wanted to, but instead gets the anti-air JY, and it was a crit. Drops it a little bit, but we're still going to get the Oki. He's still being put in the corner. And it's going to tack on a little bit of extra 30 damage against this wall. This Decidueye is already putting in an amazing amount of work for this low HP. And we still have burst on deck and Rayquaza. We're not going to see it since Rayquaza does get rid of a certain amount of synergy, but the safe jump plus cancels, catching him out of the air, but no combo. On the other side, he's just getting attacked from the skies.
God.
And Marx taking the next game, just all the hits everywhere. Machamp being harassed, being a tall character, having to deal with all these JYs, and Marx taking to the skies back and forth with the rising JYs and the Haunting Hawk cancels. How are you going to deal with it? The only way to deal with it is if you really try your best to wait and find your opening.
Yeah, well, one of the best options that you can use to deal with that is Scary Face, which he does hit really high in the air, right? And it hits all around you as like a bubble.
Yes.
But the problem is if you're sitting there and charging Scary Face, you lose a lot of options to like react exactly how you want to a lot of other different things, right? Because you're holding down an entire button, you're not going to be able to like easily like go and like tech or like try to grab somebody and punish CAs, or yeah, there's just a lot of different weird little things right there. Like if you want to tech with 8X, it starts CAing for you, but it's going to have to be an option if we see that again. We're going to have to see something there. But nice, Aegislash starting again and already starting off strong, just like last game. It seems like this was really the adaptation that Marx needed.
A beautiful King Shield coming out of Marx, and again with the lead pick change from, oh wait, this might actually be evaded because of the tech cancel. No, he just doesn't do anything outright. The Leaf Blade full max distance, doing a little bit of extra damage since it's at the tip, and getting the conversion, putting him in the corner. And with this shield debuff, it's actually going to be quite scary. The distance, being able to actually King Shield the cloud, and he's going to get a hard knockdown here. Doesn't choose to detect.
Oh, wow, gets rid of the seed. That was a really cool option, actually. Just throw a projectile right there, and that's going to easily be enough. And very, very similar to the previous game, it looks like Marx is going to steal a very, very strong lead with the Sceptile. I would, again, consider maybe some sort of switch as to who you start with for a Wild G if this game does not end up going his way. Of course, not over by any means. And we are going to see the exact same ordering here. We are going to see the Dragonite starting off fully charged, so I would not be surprised to see that within this phase, honestly.
All right, so again, burst activation, but let me tell you, this is going to be a sticky situation once he gets finished with this burst. Already doing so well to actually, time out a little bit of this burst and activating of his own. Dragonite. at the ready. Rayquaza, I think he can actually burst activate this and punish it. He does not choose to. He doesn't want to take the risk, and that's going to be a punish from long distance. The shield form laser is going to put him into the burst attack cinematic, and he's going to have a burst. He's going to have an attack buff right after this, along with a hard knockdown. This hard knockdown is going to be so good. He can do anything. Dash up, side Y. What are you going to do?
Dash up side Y. Exactly what you just said. But finally, it's all dashes into the Dragonite. I don't understand that choice right there. It seems like Marx is really trying to deal with Dragonite in a lot of different ways, but it's very, very difficult to disrespect Dragonite in any sort of way. And so that was a ton of damage all in a row. Just even from being hit by Dragonite itself was about half HP for a low HP character like Aegislash. And now things are a little bit closer to being evened up.
Yes, it's very much a lot tougher as well as going against Braixen, who has the ability to support cancel certain moves. Ooh, from a distance, a little bit reaching there, but Wild G not taking any time to punish it with the grab and being able to actually increase the amount of, or I should say decrease the amount of support gauge. Look, Dragonite's back already. Hello again, my old friend. You're going to be a staple in a few moments.
Yeah, this is, I don't know if we're going to see it within this field phase.
Oh, yes,
apparently we are. Oh, the Mimikyu call? That's not really going to avoid too much of the damage, but it actually trades pretty, that's a pretty good trade. All things considered, you get the buff, you give them the debuff, and they don't get to do any sort of shield break or chip shenanigans. OCA's through, doesn't get punished.
Yes, the recovery off of it is so fast, I promise you. When you do Sunny Day, it's like, all right, I'm going to put my stick in the air, wave to the people, and then I'm going to come back down, and I'm going to come back and fight you. But right now, Wild G feeling the pressure a bit, going to activate Burst. On the other side, getting hit, but Marx not getting the opportunity, getting hit again, but this time we get the full conversion, and we take the KO along with it.
Yeah, the many jump Ys, I don't want to say instant jump Ys, they were like slightly delayed jump Ys since it breaks in a little bit shorter, but honestly, just the jump Ys in general have been working very well for Marx. It's something that I mentioned we haven't been seeing a lot today. A lot of people are starting to get really good at dealing with them, but I'm not 100% sure that Wild G has the game plan on deck against them, and I think Wild G really needs to get rid of this character very quickly.
Oh, Dragonite covering all those, and you can see that there was a little bit of an extended hitbox out there. The duck on the cross chop. Nice.
I'm surprised we saw the duck on the cross chop and not a stronger punish. That's kind of surprising to me. Like, if you're that ready for it, I'm surprised you just go for the non-crit grab, you know? All right, and here we go. Oh my gosh!
Catching him in the sky. Look how high he is. Take it to the sky, smack down. Might as well hit him a little bit more, but chooses to get a hard knockdown instead. Running it back. The quick tick throw.
Wow, actually didn't immediately jump. Maybe could have gone for a burst right there, but didn't get really that great conversions off of either of those options. Still, obviously, this damage is all permanent for even just the final character on Marx's team. And that might catch. No, not quite. Actually, in fact, Marx gets the punish, playing this so well.
And look at that again, the JY being a menace against a tall character such as Machamp. And the full distance arrows going at a distance. Marx is making the difference. He made the change. He realized that Aegislash being as that anchor, it was not working too well, especially when, you know, a Wild G would have that Dragonite at the end to be the staple and be the killer of that round. But he's made the change, he's made the adjustment, and now it's up to a Wild G to actually change something. Maybe change the lead, maybe change the support. There has to be something, and it can't be what he's done for the past 2 games.
I'm actually really surprised that we're still seeing the Machamp. I almost feel like it might just be beneficial to just go Gardevoir in this matchup. It seems like the Machamp just isn't ready to fight a Decidueye. So at the very minimum, I would really like to see an attempt here to maybe reorder the team so that you don't run up into that exact character matchup. Like, honestly, maybe even lead Machamp. I would not be opposed to leading Machamp against the Aegislash.
Oh, that would be quite interesting. You know, it's like a low health, big health type of thing. Did he do exactly what you said?
Not exactly what I said, but what I was talking about earlier. I did mention in the last game that I think it would be really smart to try to lead the Braixen against the Aegislash. Because the Braixen has been doing very well against the Aegislash, right? Pretty much it's taken out every single time. And now the Sceptile saved for potentially dealing with that Decidueye later. So realistically, it all kind of works.
And not only that, Braixen has the, whoa, hold on. That was actually perfect spacing. This is going to be punished. And look at how much damage that did, because Rayquaza is affected by buffs and debuffs, and even rage as well. So that was a great amount of damage. And look at that, CA trying to make this health come back here and taking to the skies just to reach all the way back in mid-stage. Fire spin's not going to matter. We're just going to walk around it, but we're doing a good field phase, just walking. but covering as much options as possible. The chip damage, and look at that. It's not going to matter. King Shield getting stuffed, and we have synergy at the ready. Once again, we cannot do too many crazy things, especially when we have all the cancels to our disposal, and a Wild G taking the initiative, like you said. Being able to see that, all right, the breaks in is working against the lead, and now it's become a counter pick match.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, this is so advantageous, right? The fact that now there's you know, even if this is try takes out the breaks in, then, well, first of all, you know, it's not going to be super easy because this is basically a, I want to say like 60% health breaks in, which means you're probably going to get a chance to somehow get that Dragonite back and get some more chip in at least. But then you have the Sceptile, so you don't have to deal with the Machamp matchup potentially against the Sidroid. We never really know how well you can sweep with that. Try to be unblockable. That's a tough one at times.
Yes, it is, especially with the Sidroid. Some people have mastered it, some people are still having trouble with it, but it's just the very fact that Marx, his main character, which is Aegislash, has gotten taken out early in the lead. Technically, they both lead with their main characters, and having a little bit of an extra favorable matchup with breaks in, we can see that Wild G actually took the time to think about it. Dragonite gonna come into play here again. So much damage.
I really don't understand. I mean, you know, I don't want, you know, I'll talk about it after this. But okay, gonna go for the burst. Really spending every resource to try to close out this matchup against this breaks in, and that is gonna be the outlast. But I truly don't understand. You know, I really don't want to like call it like a mistake per se, but Marx has disrespected Dragonite like 6 times and just gotten hit like 6 times when there was no reason to get hit by it, like in this set, and it's really curious to me. Maybe there's some sort of option that I'm not familiar with that he knows how to get around it guaranteed, and it just maybe hasn't been the execution that's come out. But when you get hit by Dragonite, that's like 200 damage or something like that, so that's a lot of unnecessary damage in this set.
But Wild G trying his best here to actually make up for it. He is currently in the lead in HP and still has all the resources. Nice. Being able to actually CDC through both parts of that 6XX and has Dragonite at the ready. He doesn't even really need Dragonite. He could use it. I think he can actually just 2-wide
This
here.
might be a punish, actually. You might be able to jump over
no?
even.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, the safest thing you can do.
Yeah.
And nice. Although, you know, we didn't take too much damage from it, but we wanted at least enough damage to actually deal with it. Nice recognition from Marx, being able to actually stop when he needed to avoid the leech seed as well.
Yeah, I like that. But Marx now at 1 HP and just has to avoid even getting hit by any little hit here. And there we go. Yeah, that's all it's going to take. I mean, getting the burst off of the Sceptile, of course, is going to be, you know, at least something that you get here. But we are going to see now down to the Libre, which we actually haven't seen for the previous 2 games. Marx hasn't even needed to be there.
And yes, so moving on, we're kind of coming to the very end of where it's, you know, where Wild G is probably picking apart where Marx is trying to actually, you know, be more a little bit advantageous in his decision making. So what I'm seeing right now is a Wild G. I feel like there's a little bit of inexperience when it comes to the choice making, and Marx is finding the little like this. You just do it actually. He's just doing it. Oh, this is the unblockable setup? Yes. And choosing to get hit is honestly the better option. You don't want Libre to get enhanced so much, especially with being able to get that command grab, and you trying to get rid of the character as soon as possible.
Yeah, and honestly, it might have been a KO if there was an enhanced Electro Web right there. But a Wild G on the 1 HP is going to build back a little bit of damage, or maybe more than a little bit. The defense buff is going to help on the side of Marx, but again, all this damage is permanent. Wow, that's a commitment to spending this meter now. Marx is in a kind of scary spot. Yeah, you're going to take a ton of chip if you're just going to hold on to your resources.
Wait, is that
I don't think so.
Oh, no,
I don't think so.
Oh my goodness, but it would have been such a scary one indeed.
If that was field, it would have been a punish. I know it's a weird thing to say.
That's definitely be a punish. You're going to stick your foot out at me? All right, I'm going to take that leg from you right quick.
That burst was good, though. That burst overall, you know, it took about 50% of that Libre's life, and it took its entire synergy gauge. And now you've got the Machamp against the Libre, which can be a tough matchup, right? They both want to play that up-close mix-up game, but when Machamp hits, it's a lot more damage and has a lot more life. So this is now finally a spot where the Machamp can shine, not like the previous 2 games. But Marx, with the infamous kind of defensive Libre, I think is a great style to play against this.
Actually, what could be happening right now is just that, like, if he did a good enough CA there, like that, just like that, actually cancel and get in. There is a multi-hitting, you know, coverage when it comes to mid-champs. I don't understand what he's doing. Maybe he's just, or you know what? What if it was actually just to take the damage so that way he can guarantee getting closer to burst, which is honestly just quite crazy in my opinion, but
I refuse to believe that's like that kind of strategy, but you know what? Maybe.
Ooh, oh, all right. We're going to activate burst, push him in the corner, plus has to guess, and this is going to be rage and attack buff.
Almost enough is what I'm going to say. Yeah, I mean, we're getting there, and YG really needs to at least win one more phase here. Oh no, 9 HP. This is so scary. The CA, but it's low. Nice. 2i.
Oh my goodness, the confidence on that 8x, the crit on the grab, and now YG has burst.
This is match point for Marx right here. Marx just needs to get one more hit. Any hit basically will do it here with 10 seconds left on the clock to qualify for Worlds. Can he find the hit? He might be able to avoid this. No, he's got to block it. It's time for a guess. He's just backing up, trying to time it out. 3
seconds left.
And the jump Y is going to make it happen, and Marx will qualify for Worlds, making the